What's up guys, Jared back, and as you can see we've got a couple of Spigen slim armor cases for your Nexus 5. We've got the champagne gold and the awesome looking matte white slim armor case. Now I love the champagne gold, and this is the one that I've actually been having on my Nexus 5 recently since reviewing these the most. Though that said, that's just because this is a new color and I'm not used to this color from Spigen. The white color is something that Spigen's had for a long time, but what's really cool about this is that it is a matte white finish, which looks really awesome. So if you happen to have a black Nexus 5, and sometimes you're kind of like, man, I wonder what it would have been like if I had a white one. Although you're not going to get the white in the little speaker there, at least you can toss it in this bad boy and be able to kind of feel and see a little bit more or less what it would have been like. So aside from that, these two cases, I'm absolutely in love with them, but they do have their positives and negatives. So let's start out with the positives, and for that, I'm going to be using the champagne gold one. Now the reason I'm using the champagne gold one is because everything works on it. And now you're probably thinking to yourself, what do you mean everything works on it? It's just a case. Well, you'll see what I mean in just a moment. So the case itself, aside from the awesome color that I'm loving, that it's a quite understated gold color, it's not all blingy like Donald Trump. So when you do have it around, you're, say for instance, you have it up to your ear, you're just, standing in line using your phone. It's a really nice striking color, but it is quite understated, which I really dig it, because I like standing out, but I don't like standing out like Weird Al Yankovic or Justin Bieber. Anyways, now what's cool about this is that you can see on the back here, because the camera does stick out a little bit on the Nexus 5 natively, it is quite recessed in this particular case here, which is really nice. Now, in addition to that, we've actually, or I should say Spigen has actually recently started putting these little nubbies on their slim armor cases, which is great, which means, I don't know if it'll be able to translate well on camera here, but if we have it on here, you may be able to notice that you can see my finger through a little slit between the case and the packaging material. And that's because this actually provides that much more coverage from the surface to your camera lens, which is awesome. All of the cutouts, like always, Spigen cases are always bang on precision. I've never had a complaint with that, other than, of course, and I said it before and I'll say it again 1,000 more times, the 3.5mm headphones jacks have always been, I should say, problematic for me whenever I'm trying to use any of the headphones, the 4 pairs of headphones that I have, or even bring it into the car with me with my auxiliary cable. I do find that I have to take this, whenever I want to use that jack, I do find that I have to take my phone out of the case more often than not. But that's not the end of the world, so it is what it is. As far as the buttons are concerned, this is where we start getting into the positive and the negatives. In this instance with the champagne gold one, and it isn't just color specific, it does vary from just like, case to case. But in this particular instance, this particular case, it happens to be a champagne gold one. The buttons are awesome. They feel great. The clicky feeling that you get, that sort of tactile feedback you get, is just phenomenal. It's perfect. It's exactly what I want. I know when I click the button, even if I'm not looking at it. And this is going back to, and I can kind of relate to the Galaxy Note 3 cases that I've been reviewing recently from Spigen. It seems as if maybe, just maybe, Spigen's quality control is starting to slip a little bit. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate what I mean by that right now. So we'll go ahead and pop my Nexus 5 out. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in here, and there really isn't any special installation instructions for the slim armors, especially with the phone, just like the Nexus 5. But what I've been noticing lately, and you'll see that's ghosting, watch this, right? You shouldn't be doing that. It shouldn't do that. Just very lightly hitting it with my finger, right? So imagine this being in your pocket. Right? Think about how many times that button's going to be pressed, if that's how easy it is to set it off. I mean, maybe we'll get lucky here and I can... Yep, see, even just dragging it with the weight of its own phone, I can turn it on and off as I drag it across the power button. The volume rockers, the bottom volume down has that nice clicky feeling. The volume rocker up, not so much. So that's begun to become a big pain in the ass. And 9 times out of 10 when I try to install my Nexus 5, in this particular case, this white one here, God, it's still going off by itself, it seems. The buttons get caught on the device and actually end up pushing out, and this plastic, the plastic hard shell bit, sticks out a little bit, and so I have to like manipulate and poke around with it until I get it in there. But with this white case, I haven't been able to get a perfect installation where I get the same feeling from the buttons as I do on the gold one. It's not a color thing, it's just some cases show up like that and some don't. And the most issues I've been having is with, more specifically again, the Galaxy Note 3 cases, the Neo Hybrid, as well as the slim armor case that I've reviewed. I've had some really big issues with the buttons. So I think that's something that Spigen needs to start taking a look at again, because back with the Galaxy S4, I've never had any any issues with any of those cases. The Galaxy S3, awesome cases with other devices as well. But since the Galaxy Note 3 and now the Nexus 5, I've noticed that we're starting to have some issues like that. And you'll even notice, right, like it looks like the power button isn't even existent, whereas you can see at least a little bit of the volume rockers. And you know, we compare it to the gold one, you can see the volume rockers a little more. Same with the power button, but on here it's almost not. Well, this is a bad example because I can't really get the angle right. But anyways, I love the cases. If you do happen to get a case that's a little bit faulty like mine, you know, Spigen's got some rad customer service. Send them an email, tell them that you're not satisfied, you want the same case. If you like it, just send you another one that hopefully doesn't have these sort of little weird defects, is what I guess I'm gonna call them. But anyways, guys, that's my review of the Slim Armor cases. I'm digging both of them, and I wish that, I suppose that I could always put the plastic bit on the, if I wanted to use my white one, the plastic bit on the TPU material from the gold one, and maybe that'll make a difference. I don't know. Either way though, guys, hopefully you like this video. Hope you like my honesty. If you did, click that likes button down below. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more videos like this in the future. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.